Welcome to the Dugout. This is one of our 2 or 3 conference rooms in the Hodges Partnership. This is our open conference room, so when people walk in, it's sort of like a party. You'll see baseball memorabilia behind me. As most folks know, we named the agency after Gil Hodges, and this is some of our Gil Hodges memorabilia. I think we have about 3 or 4 pieces that we have really spent a lot of money on that over the years to get the flavor and the spirit of Gil here at the agency. So today's vlog post is a little ironic because even though I spent 10 years as a broadcast journalist in radio and television and 20 plus years in PR, I'm going to be talking about advertising. So why am I talking about advertising? Well, that's become a critical ingredient in the PR practices of brand journalism and content marketing, because you can have the best content, and we've been focusing so much on really good content over the last couple of years, but now, given what has happened on the social platforms, without boosting or amplifying that content with some level of advertising, people just aren't going to see it. So we split up these phrases that people use interchangeably related to advertising into 3 different bins. At least I do. There's still a little bit of internal controversy here at the agency over the things I'm about to say. But for me, it's a real easy way to explain the different levels and types of advertising to our clients as we talk about content marketing and brand journalism. The first one is just advertising. So when we talk about advertising, it's any television spot, radio spot, a newspaper ad, online, Google ads that drive people to a website or a blog or content. So regular, everyday, what we consider, when most people talk about advertising, that's what we're talking about. The second one is either native advertising or sponsored content, and that's a little bit different. If you go to a website these days, if you go to ESPN.com, Bloomberg.com, just about any .com, mixed in with all of their news, usually on a couple of the pages, is a series of posts that in very teeny tiny letters says sponsored content. And that is a space where companies pay to put their content, their articles, on a third-party website so they can get the exposure to all the people that go to their website. In some cases, big brands pay these websites hundreds of thousands of dollars to put exclusive content. Dell had a deal with NewYorkTimes.com. There are companies have deals with Forbes and The Atlantic. That's where they're really paying, almost in an advertorial sense, to put what's called native advertising or sponsored content on those sites. The third, and the one that we're spending a lot of our time on these days because it's a mixture of social and content and advertising, is what I like to call social advertising. And that's when you are posting something on Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn, but given the fact that they have cut back on what we call organic reach, the ability for people to just see those posts just because you're posting them, you need to boost them on Facebook. You see the little boost button by the post. You need to use Facebook advertising. You need to go to Ads Manager and get more creative. There are even some even more sophisticated things that you can do by dumping email lists into Facebook to guarantee that your post and your content can be seen by the people you want to see them, because you can use the Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn ad platforms to really target who you're going after. The same thing on Twitter, like I said before, they're getting much more sophisticated about it. And definitely on LinkedIn, where if you have a LinkedIn company page, you can sponsor the post you put up there. And even though it's sponsoring it, we really think that falls under the social advertising bin. So again, advertising, native advertising, sponsored content, and social advertising are the way we talk about those 3 things. You probably talk about them differently, and I'd love to hear your comments. Feel free to disagree. We got some great feedback from the first blog, and we really appreciate that. And for all my Rutgers fans out there who found me after the first blog, again, have a great day, and may all your nights be scarlet.